Well, for our midweek video today, I thought we would add another side to our exterior flooring cube. So stay tuned and see how fun and easy this project was. Alright, so as you saw in the intro, we are going to do another face of our flooring, our exterior flooring cube. And keep in mind, these are supposed to be surfaces for like patio floors, deck floors, porch floors, balconies, things like that. Now, as I'm doing this, I don't know how this one's going to turn out. What I'm hoping for and what it turns out to be might be two entirely different things. And you guys have already seen it in the intro. But I have these paper towels. Now these are the cheapest paper towels known to man. I buy the ones at Dollar Tree that have the most sheets on them for my craft table. And I love this pattern, and I'm hoping that this will retain through. If it doesn't, it'll still make a really cool texture to make like a concrete type patio floor. But I'm hoping that this holds. So we will see. I'm going to do everything in my power to make it stay. So I have Mod Podge. I have matte Mod Podge. I'm just going to brush on. Trying not to get too much down on my finished floor over there. As we have our pavers and we have this one. Because since I'm trying to work opposite sides each time, and we're only doing one today because I learned my lesson on the last one. That took way too long. And it's possible that some of these lines will show through, and that's okay. Alright, now take this down, and hopefully the camera picked up this texture. I love the texture of these paper towels. And I'm going to... And they are exactly the size, the width of my cubes. These little half sheets are exactly the width of my cube. Now I'm going to let this dry completely. Then I'll come back and we'll trim and we'll put another coat of matte Mod Podge over the top to seal this. And then once we do that, we can start a painting technique to bring out whatever texture we end up with. So I'll see you then. Alright, so far so good. This is looking really nice. So I am going to just trim it even with the edge. I can always go back and straighten that cut later. Alright, now I have some more matte Mod Podge here. I have my brush wrapped. And now I'm going to gently put a coat of Mod Podge on here. I'm using the matte again. Trying not to saturate this to where it loses its texture, but kind of stabilizes the texture. So I'm going to carefully put a coat on here. And once this is dry, we can start painting. So I'll see you then. Alright, the top coat of Mod Podge and the bottom coat are pretty well dried, and I have 4 colors of paint here on my little lid thing. I think they're all Anita's. I have Rainy Day. I have Pale Gray. I have Charcoal Gray. And I have Slate Blue. I like using Slate Blue in with the grays. I think it makes a little more interesting. And I've got this brush. I would call it a stencil brush. And I checked at Dollar Tree the other day. They still have these at Dollar Tree. That is where I got this. And I do love using this when I'm pouncing color. And the reason I put these all in one container is so that I'm getting a mix of colors. And it's okay if some of the white or the gray or the white or the black from underneath show through, because they'll blend in with this. So I am going to, I'll probably turn the camera off so you don't have to watch me do this, because it takes a lot longer to paint this way than it does to brush something. But it also makes it more interesting. And remember, we're hoping to at least retain some of that texture. And so far I'm getting some of the texture through. So I'm going to finish this up. When this is all painted and then dried, I'll come back and we'll see how it looks. All right, I'm loving how this looks. It kept its texture. It's kind of subtle. It looks great. So let's go ahead and put another coat of matte Mod Podge over the top. Now that'll do a couple of things. It will seal it and make it look more finished. Also, it will make it so we can clean the surface if we need to. And that's important because as we do these other sides, we could spill onto this. And I want to be able to clean it if I spill any paint on it. And also, it'll make it so that it just looks better. And it'll be more durable also. All right, so now the only thing left is wait for this to dry. And we can take a look at, oh, and we'll also neaten up this edge. I'll show you a little. We'll go ahead and clean these edges up on camera also. Make sure you run your Mod Podge over the edges. It'll make that cleanup actually a little bit easier. So I'll see you when this dries. All right, this is pretty much dry now. I love how this came out. It kept the texture and it looks like a textured fake stone surface. So I've got a little bit hanging over the edge here. I've just got some sandpaper. And I'm just gonna, and the Mod Podge is not 100% dry. Once it gets that way, this will be a little bit easier to sand off, but that did a pretty good job. So that is side 3 of our exterior flooring cube, and I love how this looks, and it's another great idea. I can see this being used on like a patio or something. Be a lot of fun. So be sure and check the blog post for photos. I'll try and have some photos over there. Thank you very much for watching today. If you have ideas of things you want to see me do videos on, be sure and leave it in the comments. I love to take your suggestions and turn it into tutorials. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, I encourage you hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.